Welcome back to Breakfast from Bahrain. My name is Bob Babbitt. We're brought to you by Babbitttville Radio. My next guest, 2008 Olympic gold medalist, Mr. Jan Frodeno, who now is a long course guy. No more of those sub 2-hour races. You're out there for anywhere from 4 hours to 8 hours. How's that transition been, going from shorter to longer?
It's either 2 times 2 hours or 4 times 2 hours for me. Yeah, it was really surprising after my first long one in Frankfurt. The next middle door, 17.3 was Worlds in Mont Tremblant. And after 90 Ks, I was like, oh, wow, this is it already. Oh, geez, great. Whereas, you know, my first one last year at Europeans in Wiesbaden, yes, I blew up after about 40 K on the bike. So yeah, it's come a long way. But I've enjoyed the path, and I am still enjoying it. My body didn't quite last the full extent of the season. I've been racing since January, and
it's a long season.
Yeah, it's been a really long season, mentally as well as physically. So yeah, I had to take a break for this one, but yeah, come and cheer and watch from the sides.
You know, the hard part for guys who come from ITU is you sort of have to make that decision that you're all in, because if you're going to try to get to Kona, you've got to go and get enough points, right? And hopefully you can do it in one race, but it might take 2. So you go from never having done an Ironman event or a long-distance event to potentially doing 3 in a year. It's basically running. No marathoner would just jump in and run 3 marathons.
No.
So the workload, has that been hard for your body to handle, just the additional mileage?
Well, you know, the rules already dictate that you have to race 2 in the year if you want to win Kona, which is, of course, the big dream, you know, besides the Olympics. So that's clearly defined, but also for me, it's clearly defined I can't do more than 2. I don't think it's beneficial, and if you want to race at the very top of your game, I don't think you can do that 3 times in an Ironman. You know, it's challenging physically on the one hand, but I found mentally it's draining. An 8-hour day, you know, all the things that can go wrong and ups and downs and all that. It's just sort of, it takes a while, and that I found really interesting, you know, to sort of learn to take a real break afterwards, to refresh and try and get away from sport, you know, a little bit. But yeah, that being said, it's one of the things I enjoy the most is the challenge, the mental as well as the physical challenge.
So when you look back at your Kona experience, your first Kona experience, you went in as a guy that, because you'd been second at 70.3 Worlds, people were like, hey, this guy can win first time out. We've had Luke Van Leerde and other guys win first time out.
Yeah.
So the experience itself, was it something you enjoyed?
Oh, Kona was absolutely magical. You know, they speak so much about the island, and I had heard so much before, and I really went in there as a complete rookie, because not only I had no idea about Kona, also my coach had no idea about Kona. So we were sort of building our training and trying to see what we could make of it. And I've come back and I'm hungry for next year. So I've definitely enjoyed it, and still trying to work with all the individual experiences to make it better next year.
When I look at it, here you know you have a flat, you get a penalty, you run out of transition with, you know, having to run back in to change outfits basically. So when you look at it from the outsider perspective, it's okay. He had his rookie year. Stuff happened, but when you go into next year, you walk away from it going, I know what I need to do now to win that race.
Well, obviously it did give me a lot of confidence, you know, coming in with a good form, but also generally, you know, there were some doubts in it, not knowing what's different about the race, and it's just been really interesting to get that experience and come out with a positive, because there were points in that race where I was just like, I just want to go home. I just want a cold beer. You know, when they give you all that sweet stuff along the course. And I said it after the race. Really, all I felt like was that savory taste of a beer. And I'm really glad in the end that I did pull it off, because I think to take a positive experience from your first race is somewhat important, but also to manifest in your mind that giving up is not an option. So that's something that's, you know, that I'll take into next year, also into my preparation for next year, and hopefully make the best of it.
When you look at this race, you've got people like Tim Don and people like Michael Raylard, people from different distances, different disciplines in the sport, all coming together with a really big prize purse. How do you look at this race?
It's interesting, because it's at a time of the year where everybody is thinking holidays, and really these guys have put on a fantastic event, and let's be honest, the reason why they're here also is because they've really gone and showed their gratitude by putting out a big paycheck. And it's something our sport needs and does really well for our sport. So I think it'll be an interesting battle, and I'm just a little bit sad to see it from the sidelines.
My name is Bob Babbitt. His name is Jan Frodeno. This is Breakfast from Bahrain, and we've got Poncho Man in the background, really tuning it up. Hold on, everyone. We will be right back.